girl, Arabia Barbosa 914, which is County, New York. We still stuck down here in South Carolina, and I think I'm pretty reasonable person. I have this perception of myself that I am a reasonable person. I'm someone that is reasonable, but I'm a realist too. And I've discovered, you guys, I have discovered that there are some people who can't really fuck me like that close because I am no longer on alcohol. I'm not dependent on alcohol. And I don't mean no harm. My alcoholism basically brought out a lot of me. I'm like thinking to myself, oh, that's not me. I wouldn't say something like that. But then as time has gone on, I've discovered that it's me. You know what I mean? The only thing the alcohol was doing was fogging my perception. It was blinding me to certain shit. I was deaf, dumb, and blind to certain stuff that was going on around me and in my real life. Because I just did a video and I'm talking about my real life. And people will feed off your fucking pain. People will feed off your confusion. People will feed off of whatever weaknesses that you have. Everyone on this app, everyone in this sector, on this YouTube platform has a weakness because everyone is human. Everyone is human. Everyone has feelings. Everyone has their own opinions about shit. And I have my own opinions about shit too. I have my feelings too. There are things that are floating with me that have been floating with me since I was 9 years old, and it's not going to stop. I'm not going to stop having an opinion or feeling about certain things. I'm not going to stop speaking on certain subjects. But I noticed that there are people that might have your same life experience. They will attach themselves to you, but they're not there to help. They're not there to assist. They're not there to support. They are there to take away. You mirror them, and when they laugh, it's just like certain things that they laugh at. I don't find funny. I don't find entertainment in it. I don't find it amusing. I don't. I do not find certain things funny. I don't give a fuck what was going on between me and that piece of shit racist on this platform. There's been certain people that speak out against her and others that haven't. You know how many people sat with me in my corner for a while, but I noticed that they had a channel, but they would never say anything. They kept their mouth shut. They became like a church mouse. They were silent. They were silent. And then certain things came out that I didn't expect to see. And I started seeing like little shit. You know what I mean? I started seeing like little shit. And over the summer, certain things started being played out. Certain things started happening. Now, I remember that time I had got sick. My breathing went off. I was having some kind of complications with my breathing. My chest was hurting. In a lot of pain. And I'm gonna tell you something. There might have been others that were concerned. People talk shit about Lonnie. Lonnie was the only one that, like, when I went live again, Lonnie was like, "Hey, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? She acknowledged it. You know what I mean? She acknowledged my pain. She acknowledged my frustration about that situation. Just like now, I'm choosing to stay sober. She acknowledges that. There are some people on this app, and sometimes they're close to you. They might have your life experiences and everything. They might have the same childhood you have, but there's certain aspects that have been changed with their story. Their story is not my story. My story is not their story. Some people on this app grew up as foster kid children. We went through all kinds of hell, all kinds of confusion, all kinds of drama. We wasn't treated as children as we were growing up. We were treated like we was criminals, like we were outcasts. Sometimes you'll find a kindred spirit, but they will only ride with you to a certain extent, and then they will turn back, or they will hide from you, or they will automatically like ghost you out. You know what I mean? People are like that. And that's where I've come to find out about people. Ever since Birdman been gone, I've been taking off everything. You know what I mean? Doing my self inventory. I'm not worried about nobody else's self inventory. I'm not worried about what nobody else is doing. I don't care what nobody else is saying on this platform, on this app, in this sector. I do not give a fuck. I give a fuck about what the fuck I'm doing. If I'm doing something wrong, I need to acknowledge that. Nobody else. Nobody else needs to speak on it. Because nobody else is qualified. They don't compare. You can't compete with what you can't compare, and you don't qualify. Your application has been denied. Your application has been denied. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, Mika. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not going to be up here very long, but I'm just talking about my feelings and what I've been fucking seeing. Even though I was downtown, I was on a business errand. I was on a trip. And I was like, God damn, son of a bitch. Some people can't win without losing. There's always a loss. There's always something around the corner. And sometimes it just hits you all of a sudden. It hits you. Reality. Real life situations. Not that fake phony shit that's on this fucking app. Most of the people on here are genuine. They're real. They alright with me. You know what I mean? But they don't have my life experiences. There's certain people in the world that you will click up with, or you will feel something for, because you have the same life experiences. And I have met people along the way who have had the same life experiences I have had, from childhood to teenage years to my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. Now I'm 52 years old. 52 years old. A lot of my crew members are gone. A lot of them are gone. A lot of them didn't make it. Me and Birdman, we was the last two standing. And before he passed away, he said, Arabia, you the only man left. You're going to be the only man left. If something doesn't pan out right with me, you're going to be by yourself. And you're going to find out you're by yourself. And you know what? What he said was real. And that shit hurt. It hurt. It didn't hurt right then and right there, because I still had him. When you lose people, especially people that mean something to you or people that are important, you don't miss them. You don't miss them. You don't miss anything about them until they're no longer here, until they're no longer calling you, until they no longer show up at the house. And certain things start happening. Certain certain things start taking place. And you know you can't tell the world. You know you can't air it out. So my real support team, not all of them are gone. Some of them are still here. Some, not all. And that's reality. That's real. And I don't know about anybody else. I do not like being sober. I don't. I don't. Because the only thing alcohol does for me, it masks. It masks what's going on. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything else. What happens when that's gone? Okay, Birdman is gone. The alcohol is gone. There's only one I can reclaim. One. And that's real. Yesterday I felt so terrible. I just like, damn, Ray, if I could only just have one, but I can't have one. I gotta drink water. I gotta drink coffee. I gotta drink juice. I gotta drink anything but alcohol. Because one is gonna turn into five. Five is gonna turn into 10. I don't know if it's gonna shut my shit down. Then them doctors are not playing with me. They're not playing with me. If something is wrong with your liver, something is wrong with your heart. And that's real. I don't know about reincarnation. If I was to die today and come back, I wouldn't come back as a person. I would want to come back as a bird, as an owl. I'm going to give that as an example. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, scammers. Good morning. Yeah. So certain things was happening yesterday that was a reality, but I could not come to the YouTube streets and talk about it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go live and say X, Y, and Z just happened. Or what do I do now? Or where do I go from here? I couldn't do that. With Birdman, I could. I could ask questions. I can't ask questions now. Now I gotta hold that. I gotta hold that. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. And what really fucks me up, you can't talk to people that you actually thought that you rock with for years and years and years. There is no talking. There's no discussion. It's certain things you can't even talk to them about. But I'm out. Peace.